back. It's Captain Dennis here with SQUALUSmarine.com, and we're heading out to check out the wreck of the Celtic and the Cape Race. We haven't been there in 10 years. I think it was 2013 we were there, so that adds up to 10. You can see we've got a new motor. We were on the hard for about a year, so this is our first video with our new engine. Yay, thanks to all who donated. So here we are with our fancy schmancy sonar, and that big thing down the bottom right, it's just 3D. That's the Celtic. So the Celtic sank in, I believe it was 1984, and it was pushing ahead the Cape Race. And here's the Celtic, and there's the stern, Celtic, whatever you want to call it. And here is the Cape Race, which I think is a 300 plus scow or barge, whatever you want to call it. And it was full of scrap cars. Here you can see the orientation, that's the Celtic, and there's the Cape Race. So we're gonna get in the water and see what we can see. So we've got a nice calm day. We're headed down. The visibility isn't awful, but it's kind of par for the sound. And when you have a wreck that has a fair amount of relief, you can see it on the left. We're already there, and it's about 40 feet down, so it comes up quite a bit. Unfortunately, it's very hairy. These I think they're called hydroids. They grow all over these wrecks in temperatures around 50 and below. But we look like we're on the tug. We're going to just poke our noses in here and see what we can see. Not going to do any penetration into this wreck for a few reasons. I'll explain shortly. I suspect that this plant life grows because it gets a decent amount of ambient light. So where there's sunlight, you will have plant life for the most part. Don't know if I'm on the Celtic or if I'm on the Cape Race, because it all kind of looks the same when it's got 10, 12 inches of plant life growing off it. There's no real straight line, so it's kind of funky. But we're following one end, and we're going to see where it takes us. So I started to descend a little bit more. We're getting close to like 60, 62 feet. And I'm starting to suspect that this is the Cape Race. So now we're down at the mud line. And I can't tell if these are bits. I don't believe they are. But that's what happens. That's why you really don't want to go inside. Because if you start bumping into things, you can see it can go bad real quick in regards to clarity. So I kind of remember now why I didn't come back for 10 years. Really looks like a rock formation at this point, just because of all the plant life that's been growing on it. This was a great fishing spot. I think this looks like something that was pretty interesting. So if you know what that is, you can feel free to write it in. But I want to say it was like maybe 2008. There was a really big barge out here with a crane, and they were taking all the scrap metal. And it wasn't cheap to have that crane out there. But I remember it being there for about a week. And the fishing hasn't been quite the same according to local fishermen. So this kind of looks like a gunnel that we're following in this direction. So I'm fairly confident that this area is actually the Celtic. We dropped the anchor. Oh yeah, this is I believe the starboard gunwale moving forward inside of the gunwale. And this may be the back decks of the Celtic, not entirely sure. This kind of looked like a door. You can see it's not a rectangle like it used to be, but we're going to poke in and see what we can see. Not too much. Now we're on the stern of the Celtic. I'm fairly confident about that. And this looks like a railing, and you can see that if you touch it, it loses about a ½ inch of rust. Now, I'm pretty sure those are just railings, and you can see just how much of a bloom of the hydroids are on it. Really hard to make sense of what you're looking at here, folks, because it's just really overgrown. Another one of those stacks. So, like I said, this could be part of the Cape Race, not sure. A little bit of fishing line there. There's another stack way down. So you can really get turned around on a site like this. If you bring a second person, if that person's not comfy and they're just rolling around in the bushes, the visit can go bad really quick. It's a different experience if you're just going by yourself. Pretty sure this is the stern of the Celtic, and we're moving up the port gunwale inside the vessel. A lot of debris here, but relatively nondescript. Now this piece was just floating around down there. Just wanted to show you what the corrosion does to the steel or the iron. Not sure what it's made out of, but you can see this used to be something, and it is not much left. So just leave that there. These are the starboard toe bits. Well, not really toe bits, but starboard bits on the tug. So we were able to clean them off a little bit. Hydroids will grow back, it'll be okay. But they're pretty sizable. All right, so thanks for sticking with us. I know it's been a long wait. Not the best dive, but we do our best. And we are going to head back up, see First Mate Amy, and stick around, stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. Most important thing you can do for us. Until next time, I'm Captain Dennis.